he saw a man blind from his birth, and his disciples asked him, Rabbi, who sinned, this man or his parents, that he was born blind? Jesus answered, it was not this man's sin or his parents, but that the works of God might be manifest in him. I must work the works of him who sent me, while it is day. Night time comes, when no one can work. As long as I am in the world, I am the light of the world. As he said this, he spat on the ground and made clay of the spittle, and anointed the man's eyes with the clay, saying to him, Go wash in the pool of Siloam, which means sent. So he went and washed and came back seeing. The neighbors and those who had seen him before as a beggar said, Is not this the man who used to sit and beg? Some said, It is he. Others said, No, but he is like him. He said, I am the man. They said to him, Then how were your eyes opened? He answered, The man called Jesus made clay and anointed my eyes and said to me, Go to Siloam and wash. So I went and washed and received my sight. They said to him, Where is he? He said, I do not know. They brought to the Pharisees the man who had formerly been blind. Now it was a Sabbath day when Jesus made the clay and opened his eyes. The Pharisees again asked him how he had received his sight, and he said to them, He put clay on my eyes, and I washed, and I see. Some of the Pharisees said, This man is not from God, for he does not keep the Sabbath. But others said, How can a man who is a sinner do such things? There was a division among them. So they again said to the blind man, What do you say about him, since he has opened your eyes? He said, He is a prophet. And the Jews did not believe that he had been blind and had received his sight, until they called the parents of the man who had received his sight, and asked them, Is this your son, who you say was born blind? How then does he now see? His parents answered, We know that this is our son, and that he was born blind. But how he now sees, we do not know, nor do we know who opened his eyes. Ask him, he is of age, he will speak for himself. His parents said this because they feared the Jews, for the Jews had already agreed that if anyone should confess him to be Christ, he was to be put out of the synagogue. Therefore his parents said, He is of age, ask him. So for the second time they called the man who had been blind and said to him, Give God the praise. We know that this man is a sinner. He answered, Whether he is a sinner, I do not know. One thing I know, that though I was blind, now I see. They said to him, What did he do to you? How did he open your eyes? He answered them, I have told you already, and you would not listen. Why do you want to hear it again? Do you too want to become his disciples? And they been heard that anyone opened the eyes of man born blind. If this man were not from God, he could do nothing. They answered him, you were born in utter sin, and would you teach us? And they cast him out. Then Jesus heard that they had cast him out, and having found him, he said, do you believe in the Son of God? He answered, and who is he, sir, that I may believe in him? Jesus said to him, you have seen him, and it is he who speaks to you. He said, Lord, I believe, and he worshipped him.
Glory to thee, O Lord, glory to thee.
فصل شريف من بشارة القديس يوحنا الإنجيلي البشير والتلميذ الطاهر. في ذلك الزمان فيما يسوع مجتاز رأى إنسانا أعمى منذ مولده، فسأله تلاميذه قائلين يا رب من أخطأ أهذا أم أبواه حتى يولد أعمى؟ أجاب يسوع على هذا أخطأ ولا أبواه، لكن لتظهر أعمال الله فيك. ينبغي لي أن أعمل أعمال الذي أرسلني ما دام نهار. يأتي ليل حين لا يستطيع أحد أن يعمل. ما دمت في العالم فأنا نور العالم. قال هذا وتفل على الأرض وصنع من تفلته طينا وطلع بالطين عيني الأعمى، وقال له اذهب واغتسل في بركة سلوى الذي تفسيره المرسل. فمضى واغتسل وعاد بصيرا. فالجيران الذين كانوا يرونه من قبل أنه كان أعمى قالوا أليس هذا هو الذي كان يجلس ويستعطي؟ فقال بعضهم هذا هو، لأن اليهود كانوا قد تعاهدوا أنه إن اعترف أحد بأنه المسيح يخرج من المجمع، فلذلك قال أبواه هو كامل السن فاسألوه. فدعوا ثانية الإنسان الذي كان أعمى وقالوا له أعطي مجدا لله، فإنا نعلم أن هذا الإنسان خاطئ. فأجاب ذاك وقال أخاطئ هو؟ لا أعلم، إنما أعلم شيئا واحدا، أني كنت أعمى والآن أنا أبصر. فقالوا له أيضا ماذا صنع بك؟ كيف فتح عينيك؟ أجابهم قد أخبرتكم فلم تسمعوا، فماذا تريدون أن تسمعوا أيضا؟ ألعلكم أنتم أيضا تريدون أن تصيروا له تلاميذ؟ فشتموه وقالوا له أنت تلميذ ذاك، فأما نحن فإنا تلاميذ موسى، ونحن نعلم أن الله قد كلم موسى، فأما هذا فلا نعلم من أين هو. أجاب الرجل وقال لهم إن في هذا عجبا، أنكم ما تعلمون من أين هو وقد فتح عينيه، ونحن نعلم أن الله لا يسمع للخطأ، ولكن إذا أحد اتقى الله وعمل مشيئته فله يستجيب. والدهر لم يسمع أن أحدا فتح عيني مولود الأعمى، فلو لم يكن هذا من الله لم يقدر أن يفعل شيئا. أجابوه وقالوا له إنك في الخطايا ولدت بجهلتك، أفأنت تعلمنا؟ فأخرجوه خارجا، وسمع يسوع أنهم أخرجوه